Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, as the title says, Drew and Willow makes passionate burning love while Michael just burns. Now, I know some people are going to sit there and say, Albert, that is so cruel and mean and insensitive. Have you met me? Now, we're going to be sitting there talking about all the soap operas, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born and Beautiful, and Young and Restless. As you're coming in, make sure you do hit the like button because it really does help. Let's do a quick roll call. Before you started. Amy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? GH friends in the chat. How you doing tonight? Krista is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Blackmon, aka Mr. GQ, is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ronnie Ron, Mike Jester is in the chat. How you doing tonight? At the bank is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Tommy is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Amber is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Happy birthday, Amber. My gorgeous queen Janet is in the chat, who is getting snow, unfortunately. I hope you, if you like snow, that's cool. Julie is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Monique is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Cherry Ice Cream's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Krista is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Tommy is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Tommy says I'm calling it Damon and Audra know each other. Okay. I'm doing good. Black Mon, I had the day off, so I cannot complain. Had a good day. Very late start to the day. Let's just let them say there was alcohol involved. There was research involved that led to me sleeping later than I wanted to. Um, yeah, so let's get some music going. Okay, Tommy says my birthday is in 1 month on the 5th. Okay. Autumn's in chat. How you doing tonight? Tommy says, I thought you were going to post a Y&R. I tried. I woke up really late. I just finished watching Y&R a few minutes ago. I tried, but I literally I got finished with Y&R 5 minutes before I started. Ryan says, in your defense, this is fictional. We can say things about fictional characters that we can't say anything in real life. I call Nina a blank. Okay. I see Josh is going. Well, yes. Yes. But Tommy, we are going to talk about Y&R tonight, though, because I did find it interesting. I did find it interesting. So we're going to talk about Y&R too. What do you think about Abby saying? What do you think about Allie and Lily judging Damon? I think it's too early, and that's the problem. See, my whole thing is with Lily. Lily was doing a little bit too much, right? What happens if he's like this? What happens if he like that? What happens if we don't like him? And of course, Abby was just going along with everything that Lily said. I'm like, can y'all just calm down and wait to sit there and see how things are going to play out? Um, Julie, I love that. I love that scene. Krista says Michael actually didn't look as bad. Exactly. That's what I'm sitting there saying. Yes, exactly, Krista. People done lost their damn minds. Auden says Willow left one cold and joined another because she's letting Drew and Nina speak for her instead of speaking and thinking for herself. I kind of feel like Willow and Drew are just rubbing it in. They getting it on, and I'm here for it, baby. Jonathan was good. What is good, Jonathan? But here's my thing, though, and we're gonna talk about all the shows tonight. Oh, let me just sit there and say this right off bat because apparently I need to. Um, there is one of me. There is 18 people in the chat. I'm not going to be able to get to every single comment, so just understand that. Be patient and just have a good time. Yes, that's the thing. Though, people judge that episode so fast. Like, um, people's like, why is People was like, why did Jason sit there and hold back Sonny? Sonny's sitting there trying to protect his kid. He should have let him go. I'm like, it's a good thing he didn't do that. Jason was the only person I was thinking smart in a very dangerous and fast situation. Um, okay, right. Okay, Ron. Okay. Sure, that's your opinion. Yeah, sure. I'm not going to sit there and say that that's facts. If you want to believe that, that's fine. Um, I believe it's a woman's body, and they can sit there and do what they choose to do with it. But yes, well, see, the problem is, yes, exactly, Jonathan. But the thing is, she gets that from her mother. You know, Kristen was like, you can't do stuff like that. You can't sit there and threaten people. Rachel was like, you do it. Do as I say, not as I do. Well, boom. Maybe you should be a better example for your child. Oh, Julie, I love. See, that's what I was meant to say, Julie. I love the fact that they did that because they. Here's the thing: they know that the audience don't like Drew and Willow. So, what better way could they sit there and mess with the audience by having a love-making scene on top of the fact that Michael is literally being set on fire? I thought that was a good troll, but goddamn. Metalhead, for some reason, I was expecting Michael to look like Anakin Skywalker. I guess they had to make it PG. Yeah. Tommy says, Billy, you're lucky your family is rich. You will be looked for a new job long time ago. You can't beat Victor. Yeah, and he's at one point he was sitting there trying to feel 1 second, Ron. Um, what's good, Monique? He was trying to get Lily involved. Lily was like, I'm good. You know, and Chelsea's like, well, try to see it from your mother's point of view. Are you kidding me? Chelsea's not there trying to psychoanalyze somebody is like, wow. Ron says, how do you feel about Rachel telling Ava to leave her mother alone? You do it, so why can't I? I mean, I listen. Rachel just being a child that loves her mother. I'm not knocking her for that. I'm not even knocking her for sending the threatening messages because um, at the end of the day, Kristen is kind of a bad parent. You are literally having your daughter mimic your behavior. And she didn't have a problem with that when she forced her signature. So like, so yeah, that's how I looked at it. Yeah, I said the same thing. Ed, that's coming. Oh wait, Jay Blue? When did Jay Blue actually get into the chat? Hold on, people, hold on. I don't see Jay Blue. Jay Blue, where are you? Oh, Julie, my bad. Um, McD, who do you think caused the fire? Sitwell. Sitwell. Yeah, Cat Legion told me that yesterday. Because remember, McD, Sitwell was in there dancing and stuff like that. And yeah, she pretty much just explained to me that it was Sitwell that did that. That's exactly what's going to wind up happening, Julie. Either he's going to be back or they're going to sit there and recast. But that's why they did the way that they did it. I mean, that's his nephew. That's his nephew. And like I said, Ryan, it might be in poor taste, but at the end of the day, he did show up there. Now he's probably going to get yelled at and cursed out and everything else because it's, oh my God, it's big bad Drew. Like, but Lord, I get it. Let's get it, Lord B. People aren't perfect. So Johnson says when Rachel became a teenager, she would be a female version of Spencer Cassadine. Maybe. But I don't think so, Jonathan, because you guys have to remember, Spencer act privilege. Thank you. Um, um, Spencer was privileged when he was a kid. Remember, he kept calling people townies. Rachel acts like a brat. She is, what's good, Anjanetta? She's a brat, and she does a lot of, she's more of like a little bad girl, but she's not privileged like Spencer was. And yes, Tommy, thank you. Um, I was gonna sit there and say, yes, I guess, but I guess people have issues with TJ. Oh, and yes, yeah, and thank you for that. Yes, I saw the new intro. Tommy says, Albert do love being the villain. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you. Yes, I am a villain. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. McD says after your uncle smashes your wife, he should be bringing you flowers in the hospital. I think it's just more of an instinct thing. Like, yes, here's the thing. I do understand that it's probably in poor taste that he is there. It was good, Anjanetta. It's good to see you. I mean, yeah, probably more. Jonathan. I feel like she'll probably be more like Kristen than anything else. She wouldn't be like Spencer, because Spencer was privileged, even when he was played by that other actor. What's good, Island? Okay, I was just still stuck on that. Um. Oh, it's all good. It's all good, Tommy. Listen, I just appreciate you being here and you being a member. That's all the support that I need. So, Tommy, I just appreciate you being here. Yeah, Lord B, I did make a video about that. What's good, Kevin? I do, Jay's fan. I do feel that he does care about. Listen, things happen, and no one's perfect. But here's what I'm gonna sit there and say, and I know it's gonna rub some people the wrong way. What's good, Lisa? There we go. Lisa says the writers who wrote Brooke's storyline did not do a good job. I'm reading the backstory of Dante and Brooklyn being together. Would you watch? Oh, General Hospital animation. Would you watch? Yeah, yeah, I would. Anyway, here's what I'm gonna sit there and say about Michael, and I'm gonna sit there and tell you this right now. At some point, he's gonna be gone. That is the bottom line. Michael's gonna be gone, and that's gonna be that. The actor is gonna take some much needed time off to sit there and be a dad and to deal with his grief, and that's gonna be that. So at the end of the day, you're right, Tommy. I mean, you're right, Ron. I have family ties because both of our names, it just happened. We both just happens to have the same name. Great detective work, my guy. Uh, why don't you? Why don't you, Ron? Island says people get triggered sometimes because of their own trauma. I thought the scene was well done and looked very realistic. Here's my thing, Island. I'm not. unsympathetic towards people's feelings. Okay. You know, the fire, wildfire, I'm not unsympathetic. I think that people need to use their own level of common sense. If you know something's going to bother you and something's going to trigger you, then you don't watch it. It's just that simple. You don't watch it. You don't sit there and watch it and then get upset with the network for them showing it. You don't sit there and say, oh, well, you shouldn't show this episode today. No, you shouldn't sit there and watch it. There's a certain level of common sense that you need to sit there and have. Ryan says you're not, could have fooled me. Could have fooled you with what, Ryan? Could have fooled you with what? Why don't you explain the whole thing? I need you to explain that. Don't give me a half sentence. Explain that. I'm not unsympathetic. Here's the thing, Ryan. There's certain things that I'm not going to be sympathetic towards, and there's other things that I will be. Okay. The wildfire that happened in real life, I'm sympathetic towards. A fictional character that has issues with another fictional characters. Well, Ryan, I mean, it's a soap opera. They're fictional characters. So my level of sympathy is going to be a little bit different than people that are going through an actual traumatic experience in real life. Um, as says, I agree. Every time somebody gets hurt, is back to blaming Sonny. Difference is Michael is a grown man who chooses to be around his father, and I get it. But Carly chose Sonny to have as a family member. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. She always wants to sit there and get upset when Sonny, whenever something happens to Michael, Morgan, and anybody else. But you chose to sit there and sleep with that man. You chose to sit there and build a life with him. So Carly, you kind of need to put this on yourself as well. Um, yeah, Kevin. I mean, I don't know. I know he's not opening credits. We got that new chick though. We got that new chick that's on the opening credits. Daphne, that goofy ass chick. Lisa said GH did the right thing, at least by being sympathetic by offering an apology at the same time. Yeah, but offering an apology for something that people are choosing to watch, maybe, maybe, Ryan. But my point is that maybe, I don't know, might not. I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, Ryan, I like to sit there and think that a wildfire that's actually affecting real people in real life is much of my heart higher priorities as far as being sympathetic towards people and drama and stuff of that nature. So, oh, Ed, I'm gonna read that in a second. Or just write it again. Spencer, OMG, why did Michael anger for Frank? Why did Chaz anger for Frank do that? Maybe he didn't have a choice, but still, really, it's been through enough. Who was shot in the head 70 years ago, and he had to kill his stepmother. What? I'm sorry, Spencer. Are you sitting there saying that You? I mean, what are you saying, Spencer? Are you sitting there saying that Frank was too brutal on I mean, to say why did Chad agree to Frank to write this type? Because it's interesting storyline. That's why. It's interesting storyline, Spencer. And see, this is my whole thing. People are upset about the way that, they're writing him off. This is GH. I want GH to be GH. If I did not want to sit there and watch a scene like this, I would have watched Young and the Restless. And I think that's what it comes down to. This gives storyline and it gives excitement. People want something more slower and more softer, they can sit down and watch Y&R. As says Lois was completely out of pocket. Brooke needs yes, and I agree with that. I said when she said that was your story alone. No, 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 no. that stopped being your story alone. You decide to unite yourself through marriage. So yeah, she was out of pocket. Says I think people feel like Michael has been through enough with the rack. Well, I think if that's the case, then they need to watch Y&R then. Yeah, like seriously, I think they need to watch Y&R because it's the same thing with Sasha. It's the same goddamn it's the same thing with Sasha. Sasha has not to watch, but the situation it was conflicted today. Mm. Well, honestly, to tell you the truth, again, if people just feel like that, then they should probably just watch Y&R. Spencer says, we agree to disagree, but I feel like they could have had give Michael a better send off. He could have been left town with Sasha, or he could have left, but that would have been boring. That would have been boring, Spencer. I'm not trying to come at you hardcore. I'm just not there saying that would have been boring. Okay. I don't want boring. I want explosions. I want action. I want drama. I want suspense. This is why I watch Y&R. Having a send off like that is just very mellow and boring. If I wanted something mellow and boring and a little bit more, that's what I watch Y&R for. That's my whole thing. Exactly. I watch Y&R because I watch Y&R because it's much more of a slower pace. I watch GH because it's more hardcore and more faster. Ryan says, but it feels like the writers are harder on Michael than most of any other character. Uh, Nathaniel Gray's in the chat, aka Mason Gatlin Holt. That's kind of loud. What's good? Let's everyone say what's up, Nathaniel. It would have been boring, but I feel like Michael has been through so much. Oh, he didn't need that. Well, then it would have been boring. Uh, but we're gonna agree to disagree. Yeah, I know. I know. Unfortunately, Nathaniel, I know. Meadow has said it makes sense. Imagine Michael leaving town in the beginning or a divorce in a custody battle. Boring. Ed says, what do you think Brady going to do about Rachel? Give her a talking to. Say, don't be like your mother. That's my guess, Ed. But no, and that's again, that's the same thing with Sasha. Sasha was having some great storylines, but people kept saying, "Oh my God, it's so dark! I can't believe they're doing that to poor Sasha." They're making it goddamn interesting. My goodness! I feel like people when they start reacting that way, it's like they're secret Y&R fans. Just watch Y&R at this point. Damn, I don't watch Jesus sit there and watch a snooze fest. But yes, Kevin said look like Rachel kidnapped herself. Nathaniel says secret Y&R fans. I'm just saying I see so many people sit there and say, oh, they're going too hard on them. They could have sent them off in a better ending. It could have been more lighter. This is why I watch Y&R for. You want to watch some goofy comedy? You watch Bold and the Beautiful. Nathaniel says this is that the is that like the dark side to be Y&R fans? No, but Y&R fans is a much more slower paced kind of show. They don't really do a lot of actions, a lot of violence and stuff like that. Everything is pretty tame and pretty mellow, you know, which is fine. They get intense when they feel they need to get intense, but it's not GH, you know. So, what the Who are your top three favorite actors? Actress mines are Heather Tom, Eileen Davidson, and Susan Lucci. I got to think about that one. I do like Laura Ray. I would sit there and say that much. Um, Camera, the chick who plays Ava, Tamara Bronze, I think, and I do like Eileen Davidson. So Lisa says, I kind of wish Sasha wasn't pregnant with Michael's kid. Maybe she could have been paired with TJ. Well, she still can be. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like you watch it because it's a different energy. On the thing, you're actually in LA. How are you doing? Coretta, I don't want to see another round of the Granny Wars on GH between Carly and Nina. Yeah, I like Laura Ray. Anthony, the number one YouTuber, I'm on permanent vacation. You're on permanent vacation. Okay? Of course she is, Ed. Everyone's gonna go off on her. And Nathaniel says my favorite three will be Maura West, Mo, and Fiona. But if you had to choose another woman though, you can't use Mo. So who would be, Nathaniel, who would be your third favorite soap actress? Miller says there's a reason why I'm not particularly a soap fan either, but I like GH because of the action. Yes, GH brings it. That scene was, it was intense, and that's what you kind of need. It had you kind of on the edge of your seat to some extent. Yeah, so I do. Yep, and now she plays Katie on B&B. But I like Amelia though. I like Amelia on Y&R now. Look what Jordan's doing to Nikki with the vodka. Yes, that's very true, Lisa. That's very true. But I mean, granted, none of those scenes is as dark as fuck me, as GA said. None of them was. But Nathaniel, so top three favorite, actress. Yeah, two. Oh no, I mean I get it. I get it, Ryan. That's what you kind of see. The thing is, I didn't watch Y&R when Heather Tom played Victoria, so I can't really sit there and compare the two in that sense. Um, I only know her as Katie on B&B. Which, by the way, how many people are watching B&B right now? I think that the show just needs to be more consistent throughout the whole year. I agree. Oh no, it's fine. I was meant to saying because she asked for three women actors. So you got two. You got Maureen, you got Fiona. But who's your third favorite woman actress on soaps? If you had to pick one. You're right. You're right. And it's so weird though too, Ryan, because that's when she actually had blonde hair. Yeah. So women on GH. Oh wow, that was a long time ago. Okay, as says Erica Slazak, Robin, and Victoria Rowland. Okay. But yeah, they have some new chick on there named Daphne. And she comes across as just pretentious, egotistical. I mean, she really thinks that she's all that in a bag of chips. What's good, Johan? Um, have you seen Cassie Campbell's new video exposing top-notch idiots? Julia said, did GH ever really sort out the whole memory thing with Drew? Did he ever shake his brains loose and just remember and retain his own life? Yeah, yeah, only on GH. I remember you said Maura West and Fiona Hughes. So who would be your third one? Yeah, no, I remember you saying Steffi getting shot. Yes. Um. Okay. Um. I get it. And Tommy thinks that Damien and Audrey would date. When who the hell is Nate gonna sit there and be with? Tommy. Okay, that's a good choice. That's a good choice. It's a very good choice. That's the thing. When they actually give Tabiana some good stuff, some good material, she does kill it. Hmm. Okay, with Susan Lucci. Oh, because of Damien. Okay. I can't wait to see her go off on Willow. I hope she slapped the shit out of her. I mean, here's my thing, right? People are sitting there saying that Willow and Drew going to the hospital is out of pocket. If Willow and Drew did not go to the hospital, guess what? People will still sit there and say that they're out of pocket. Oh my God, you couldn't sit there and tear away from each other long enough to go to the hospital to sit there and check on poor Michael? Can't speak for any others before you was on the show. Okay. You need more of a story. Ryan, I would sit there and say Toby. I would sit there and say Trina. Trina needs a story. Okay. Trina only started to get back into the spotlight because of Kai. So that's where I'm going with it. And the past child abuse storyline, true, and the past. Well, maybe that's you, Ryan. But I feel like, and that's you, and that's your opinion. I respect that. But I just feel that with Willow and Drew, there's no winning. They don't go to the hospital, people will sit there and be mad and upset. They go to the hospital, people will sit there and be mad and upset. So it's like, that's why I don't really care if they go to the hospital or not. Because it doesn't really matter at this point. It really doesn't for some people. Maybe not you, GH, but yeah, because he was like, why, why you just not there, just you know, picking me with my crappy job resume? Gorgeous Queen Cat Lady and Stella, Anna, and my Ava. Cat Lady, Cat Lady. The thing says I talked to her a few days ago. She has some good stuff coming up. Nice, nice. Okay, that's what's up. That's the only thing I don't agree with about is Sophia and Tate getting married because, yes, and but the thing is, Ed, I will sit there and say this much though. Amy handled that with a lot more. Um, wink, wink. You know I had to do it. You know I had to do it. Amy. I mean, yeah, Ryan. That's cool. Um, I do agree that she probably needs to do more than this stupid um hospital crap that she's doing. I would have much rather see her be a PI and get more into that. But got that boy smiling while flames surround him. Yes, but I had to do it. But Amy, yeah, she did drop it. The point is that I feel like they kind of vilified Amy because of her religious beliefs. And granted, I don't necessarily see the same things that she does, but she's being hard on her daughter as well. She's not like Nina in General Hospital. That's just like, Nina did, Willow did nothing wrong. Not little strings of ideas for a storyline that plays out 15 minutes a week, once a month, so the million characters have their turn. Yeah. Johnson said, imagine if Willow had a relationship with Morgan. Oh, yeah, then she'll be the devil. I mean, technically, to a lot of people, she's still practically the devil, you know? Hmm. I was sit there and say General City. Ryan, I was sit there and say General City from Y&R. But yeah, Cat Lady, I was giving you your credit before you started. Because somebody was asking me, who do you think that set the explosion? And I was like, Cat Lady, explained to me that it was Sitwell. But I had to sit there and give you your credit, you know. Gorgeous Queen Justice in the chat. I know, I know. Just I didn't even want to. I didn't even wake up to sit there and go get breakfast, um, or my latte. But uh, I know, Jess. It's bad. It's fucking bad. Like unless I have to go out, I'm not going nowhere. Taylor says it sure was. Can't wait for everyone else to find them. Exactly, Ed. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, hold on, cat lady. I said that I was going out to go get breakfast. That's not just saying that I can't cook. That's just not just saying that, I woke up and, it's my day off, so I was being kind of lazy. See, there's a difference. I can cook breakfast. I can make pancakes. I can make French toast. I'm pretty sure you can do it better. But no, Ryan. I live in New York. I live in New York City, where it's cold as shit. Okay, it's cold as hell out here. Or it just says is brick. Or it says you woke up and your gas was off. That damn Frank's. You woke up and your gas was off. That damn Frank is being so cheap. No, I woke up. I knew it was cold outside because I looked at my phone. You see, Cherry Ice Cream. She's already starting to be back hitting. Um, Thank you, Lord. But yes, don't forget to hit the like button. What's good, Gemini? What is good, Gemini? It's good to see you. Yeah, Island. It's just horrible. Oh, okay. So we got 21. Goddamn right. Goddamn right. Oil. Queen Jess. Elliot says, "How many dislikes did you have? Well, yesterday 4, and one of them was yours, cat lady. I'm sorry, bad kitty." Which is funny because here's the thing: I always sit there and hit the like button in your videos. Ain't that weird, cat lady? Cat lady's always in there suggesting people to sit there and hit the dislike button, and I'm always hitting the like button. Oh, I know you're a Gemini. Okay. Drew should have your latte delivered since. Wank, you stop it. It's the bad kitty for me. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I love Angie, but she really be acting like a bad kitty sometimes. God damn. So they're going to shoot Josh shooting somebody because she was looking and even thinking about loading up the gun. I don't know what she's actually going to do with that because the problem is, like, she's not talking to anybody about it, you know? Just what I said, Ryan, he wouldn't have more of a problem with Drew. If he was, assertive and confident, he wouldn't have had a problem with Drew. He wouldn't be able to either keep his woman happy or find a way to sit there and say, you know what, this shit ain't going to work out. I didn't like the fact that he blamed Drew more than Willow, and I don't care if he was in love with Willow. I don't care. I don't care. They're both equally to blame. They're both equally responsible. It'd be a cold day in hell before I have a woman sit there and cheat on me, and then for me to sit there and still be in love with them. That's nuts. That's absolutely insane. Just be honest about that. Lisa says, I can't wait for Josh to tell off Willow, but I do think she will take control of Michael's care despite what she has done. Yeah, I mean, shit happens. Oh, I know I forgot. Just as it is a cold day. It was cold yesterday, too. It was cold yesterday. It was cold today, and it's going to be cold until tomorrow. Somebody said it was supposed to warm up, though. He did. He did. And he did sit there and say that most likely Willow was drawn to me because of what you call it. Yeah, I love how they actually kind of threw that in there. You wouldn't have a problem. I thought you were mean. He wouldn't be mad at Drew for sleeping with his wife. No, that's that's not what I meant. I'm glad we cleared that up, Ryan. Well, Gemini, the fan theory is it's going to be Geo, which, okay, fine, sure, whatever. Um, yeah. Julie said, yeah, I just now suddenly figured out who Willow looks like. It has bugged me for a long time. She actually looks like a female version of no kidding. Okay. Yeah, I felt like that was hella stupid at it. Cause like she's like, how did we get here? I'm like, oh, turn around. You're looking right at him. Kelly says, yes, something else I was right about, right? Yeah, absolutely, cat lady. Listen, when you're cat lady, when you're right, you know I give you your credit. You know I give you your credit. So, you know, you're a very smart and intelligent person. Got to give you your credit. Well, at least apparently now in this new timeline, they were at camp without Sonny's financial support. Yeah, they're just rewriting. Well, I don't know. It's hard for me to sit there and say it's a retcon. It's hard for me to sit there and say that. What's good, Deluxe? Ryan says, can you agree that Michael did his best to make Willow happy? Sometimes, no matter how much a husband or wife does try, the other spouse just isn't happy. That's not the husband's fault. Well, it varies, but I can agree to some extent. I can agree to some extent on that. Right? People make mistakes. I mean, Ryan, I see where you're trying to go. You're not going to get me there. Um, but I will agree with that one part. No matter how much you sit there and try to make somebody happy, it's not always going to work out. Just said Willow is Basuda, but I mean that's not going to change my opinion on Michael because I have a very, very, very low opinion of Michael. If we're going to be honest, you know. But I agree with that one single part. I'll sit there and say that much. Yeah, this whole retcon and well, I don't know. I think Lulu woke up and she's still acting like it's 2000 or something. You know, she's coming at Nina with all this energy, acting like, "Oh, I'm not going to leave the hotel." I'm like, just says, "Why do you have a low opinion of Michael?" Because I think that he has this very passive aggressive attitude, and I think that he's not assertive in situations where he needs to be assertive. You know, that whole thing with just letting Willow just walk off with the kids. Him sitting there still being in love with somebody that cheated on him. Um, I guess I just don't know what you want from Michael to. Well, you know exactly what I want more from Michael. You know that. Yeah, he's just not assertive. I'm like, bro, grow a pair and actually sit there and handle your shit. It's not a hard thing to do. Yes, Ryan. Yes, yes, yes. It is. Um, handle your goddamn shit. Ellen says, I like Abby and Michael the best and Sasha. And then what does Sasha do? Sasha sits there and practically tells this man, oh, well, it's a good idea for me to raise this child by myself because of da 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 da. And Michael's just like, all right, no, 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 no. Again, with the lack of assertiveness. Oh, Lisa, trust me, I could. Lisa, I don't need 5 minutes. Hell, I need less than 5 seconds. But I get it. Everyone's a little bit different. Just as just cause how just curious, how would you handle the situation with Sasha if you were Michael? One, I would sit there and need a DNA test. I would sit there and try to ask to get a DNA test. But I wouldn't just sit there. I would not let her not be I would not let her just set a boundary where I'm not allowed to interact with my own child. That's just something that would not happen. Hell, you have two most powerful families in the world. If you have to, you do what you have to do. After that, you can go on hand. Exactly. Whatever you got to do, Gemini. Right. DNA test first. Yeah. Um. But I mean, the point is, I'm not just going to sit there and let a woman just walk all over me and tell me how the situation's going to go when we both share a child. That's what's not going to happen. I'm not just going to be like, oh, okay, it's totally fine. I agree to that. No. I mean, hell, you don't have to be a bully or a dick or an asshole or anything like that, but you need to sit there and set a boundary and be like, no, this is not right. And what does that sit there and say about Sasha? How little she spent there treating Michael. You had a baby with him. It happens. This is exactly the reason why I did not feel bad for Sam. I get that too, Wink. I get it too. Island says I think that Michael is kind of a people pleaser or a peacemaker. He could be more assertive though, exactly. And that lack what I don't like. And it says Brooklyn rewrite works in a way because the character's been off and gone for years before the original actress came back, and with the new actress who has been here longer, we can see more storyline. Listen, I'm cool with it. Exactly. Exactly. Shit happens. You just gotta sit there and deal with it. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. It is what it is. Ryan says, look at what happened when Michael has stood up for himself when he took Avery away from Sonny. His brother drugged him, and he lost ELQ when he decided to be done with Sonny. His family deserted him. Well, I don't know what to sit there and say about that, but that is not that. I mean, I get what you're saying, um, and it is what it is. But him not being assertive is my issue, and that's going to stay my issue. That is not going to sit there and change. I have a very poor opinion of Michael, and yeah, I'm not sitting there saying that I hate Michael. I think Michael sucks or anything like that, but my opinion of him is not very high, and it didn't change today. Just says she was also dating him for years, so she can miss me with her BX. Exactly. Dollar Medics was good. Gemini says Sasha lied all her life. What can you expect from her? Nothing. Hmm. Allison, Sasha is being a hypocrite. Yes. Hmm. Damn. The Domex says I'm doing better than Michael and GH, but not as well as Willow and Drew. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing when they did what they did. They knew what they were doing. Okay, watching watching Willow and Drew have hot, passionate, steamy sex, steamy love. Ugh, that was just amazing. That was just absolutely amazing. That was a great scene. Hell, I still have it on my DVR, so maybe I'll watch it after this. Yes, yes, Island. I loved it. I was here for it. I was here for it. Oh, wink, wink. It was amazing. Here we go. Bad Kitty, you stop it. Ryan says because of one flaw, that's not an irredeemable one. You making it sound like being assertive is not being assertive. Well, I didn't sit there and say that. No one's not there saying that, Ryan. It's up to you. You're the only person that's not there taking it to that level. It's not an appealing quality. Exactly. Exactly, Dolmedics. Are you kidding me, Island? I had to sit there and rewatch that. That's what took me a little bit longer than it should have. Sit there and do all this stuff. That says that wasn't a part great scene, like push it in our face. That should have happened on Monday. Oh, I love the fact that it happened today. Because I know that the writers is not they trolling people don't like Drew and Willow. The writers knew that people don't like Willow and Drew. What better way to sit there and get people riled up than to sit there and show that with what's going on with Michael back and forth? Man, Kelly says, hope he washed his hands. Who? What are you talking about? You're not talking about me, right? Exactly, Ed. I love Ed. You know, I know how to get under people's skin because I'm a villain after all. That's what I do. It's part of my charm. All right, let me sit there and take a drink before I read your question. Hold on, just give me a second. Let me ask you this, and then I'll let it go. Are you sure? Can you name one toxic or bad flaw that Michael has that would make you dislike him in real life? Yes or no? Yes. His lack of assertiveness. That didn't change from that didn't change from reality to fiction. I don't like the fact that he just lets women just walk over him. I don't like the fact that, and granted, this isn't his fault that other people constantly fight his battles, but it makes him not as assertive. And it's like there's a lack of confidence in other people when they do that for him. That's not on him, but it doesn't teach him to be more assertive when he needs to be. So, have a good night, Laura B. It's a beta quality that I just don't like. So, um, yeah, it just doesn't work for me, you know. And Ryan, I want you to understand something because I know you're going to ask me the follow up question. This doesn't mean I hate the character. Hell, I don't think I actually hate any. I don't use the word hate when it comes to our soap operas. but I don't strongly dislike him. There's characters that I've had a burning, strong dislike for. I dislike Stella when she first came in. Couldn't stand her. I disliked Chanel on Days of Our Lives when she first came in. I couldn't stand her ass either. She was just her scenes was unbearable to watch. Absolutely unbearable to watch. Um, what's good, Samantha? When Nina started getting on Willow and really started bullying her, I couldn't stand her either. Just as I dislike Damon, but you like Klaus, which is 1,000 times worse than Damon. Klaus is 1,000 times. Listen, I love Klaus, but he's 1,000 times worse than Damon. And the thing is, just you know that. Dominic says yes. Was going to say the original. Yeah, the original when she first came in, she was. It was. Oof, it was. It was bad. Oh, don't get me wrong, Wink. I love Klaus. I'm just not there saying that Jess is like Jess doesn't like Damon because Damon is a shit starter, and she's right. Klaus was a shit starter when Damon was still a baby. Like, I mean, he's the original shit starter, literally in his name. As says Michael had more backbone when he was fighting for Abby, and when exactly, and what happened with that? That's the version of Michael that I want to see. He was leaving the show. Hmm. Ivan says Klaus is interesting, but he's terrible. Oh, he's the worst. I mean, I love him, but like he's the original shit starter. And how? That's true. That's true. He did have daddy issues. I mean, to be fair, if my father was Michael Michelson, I'm pretty sure I would have some deep rooted issues as well. Hell, at least he had. Well, to be fair, Damon actually did have reasons of why he was not a good person either. He did have a very rough childhood. Stefan had a rough childhood too, and he was nowhere near as bad as Damon. So there is that. Yeah, exactly, Ryan. At the end of the day, it's an agree to disagree situation. And it's all fictional characters anyway, so Island, I just didn't like what they did with Abby though. She should beg for his forgiveness. Oof, don't know about that, but exactly, Ed. Exactly. And the thing is, like you have Elena and Damon, and Elena was supposed to make Damon a better person. And Caroline, in a sense, was supposed to make Klaus a better person too, you know? So they do kind of marry each other. Klaus is the bad boy. Elijah is more this, sane, peaceful person. Just as she never made Damon a better person. She kind of did in a lot of ways. I'm gonna actually disagree with you on that one. So Samantha says, I can't wait for Willow to find out Drew slept with her mom. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Johnson says Tate and Sophia baby should just be put up for adoption. Why? I mean, just why? I'm very curious about that. And it says, that's true. That's actually very true. It's very true, Ed. She kind of did though, Jess. Island says, I think the originals is much better show than Vampire Diaries. Elena annoyed me to no end. Hmm, I can see that. Hmm. But I mean, I like yes, obviously is a better show, but I still like the Vampire Diaries though. So I think where we disagree is that you think his non-assertive outweighs his good qualities. I think it's the opposite. Okay, that's true, Wink. That's very true. Okay, all right, I can see that now, Jonathan. Well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense, Island, because one was more about teenagers, um, that grown into adults. The other one, they were already well into adults. So yes, it does make sense. Meta says, I feel like they could have done more stories with Abby's character. I hated that they killed her off. Yeah, it was. I hated that they did that too, Meta. It actually makes me wonder. It actually makes me wonder, Meta. Did the actress and the show have a had an actual issue with each other, or did you just not care enough to sit there and actually give her an on-screen death? They remember they killed her off-screen. You know, and it says I hate it when they killed off Cammy, but it did push Klaus to grow. Yeah, that show was so good though. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, not like they couldn't just kill off characters even if you're on contract, but I just wondered, was there an actual issue with them off screen? Um, like Ryan, remember Reese? Remember how they killed her off? It was literally because there was an issue with them. Um, Karen Wessler, whatever her name is, and she acts like the actress actually sued General Hospital. Happy Wednesday, Tracy. Could have been that too, Meadow. But she sued the show because she felt like the show fired her because she got pregnant. And I think because of that lawsuit, this is the reason why we had Emma, who was pregnant in real life, still be on the show when she was showing that she was pregnant. I'm like, you know damn well Lulu couldn't have more kids. Yet we're walking around, yet we're sitting there watching Lulu walk around looking like she's literally 9 months pregnant. And that was because of that lawsuit. Because of that lawsuit. Hmm. For me, wish she had stayed on because I feel like there was a lot more to explore between her and Carly. Remember, they were exactly. Yeah, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy when she got killed off, but I didn't know at the time when it happened. I didn't know why, right? Like at the end of the day, we just knew that she wasn't on the show, but we didn't know the backstory of why. Ed says, Albert, who do you think Michael would put as a backup to raise his kids with Willow? Hmm, maybe Sasha or Jason. Lisa said Drew has some nerve to show his face at the hospital. Well, damn if we do, damn if we don't. But I get what you're saying. Meadow says, yeah, that's weird because usually when someone's on the show was pregnant, they would imply it in the show and just kill the baby off like they did with Sabrina. Yeah. And they weren't even think they're trying to hide that shit. Like they weren't even think they're trying to like do any sort of clever camera angles or anything like that. It was just like, nah, F it. Domex says, I think she didn't really have a case because she prominently featured the Sky actress while she was pregnant too. But yeah, was her character pregnant though? Sky Quartermain, Sky Chancellor from All My Children, and I think she was Sky something on All Right Left. It was a good Kaiwan, but I have a good feeling that it was. Lisa says, please, no sauce and Jason pairing. Let Oh no, of course not, Lisa, because you know what? I'm more interested in Jason. Lisa, I'm more interested in Jason and Anna. That's who I want to see. Yeah, I mean they could have did something. I've seen I've seen Carly kind of steamroll over Michael a couple of times, more than should be allowed. Lisa says I missed all the shows today. TV trouble. Damn. Well, if you had to pick one, Lisa, I would sit there and pick General Hospital. If you had to pick one, I would pick General Hospital. So, I mean, I feel like there's an inappropriate comment. There's an inappropriate joke that I could say. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it anyway. GH was fired today. GH was kind of fired. It was actually kind of good. And I know it's in poor taste. I don't care. I'm still saying it anyway. Um, yeah, Wink and um, Michael hired Dex. I thought about that too, Ryan. I was like, maybe it's too soon, but I was like, Jerry, I was like, maybe it's a little too soon, but I'm an asshole, so I'm gonna say it. Lisa says Bolt was good. I bet Bolt was okay. I'm not a fan of the whole Daphne chick. I think she's very pretentious and annoying. But Bolt was Bolt. Bolt was not good today. It wasn't super terrible, but it was not good though. Like if you had to skip an episode, this was definitely an episode to skip. Yeah, I would definitely sit there and say Bolt was definitely one of those you could have skipped that and you would have been okay. Well, exactly, Jonathan. I'm sick to death of people saying that false narrative. Well, I mean, Ryan, let's be honest. It shouldn't make you sick to death. It's a TV show. I don't think a show should ever sit there and yeah, no, Lisa, you didn't miss anything. I listen, Domix. I hesitate if I should sit there and say that because I was like, but then I remember who I was, an asshole. But I don't think a show should sit there and get you in that type of turmoil. It's supposed to be fun and interesting and kind of break from reality. But it shouldn't cause you that level of mental stress. Okay, I just want to make sure, Ryan. Just want to make sure. Lisa says, I wonder if Curtis will follow through his plan to polish the pics. Probably. At least, I mean, Curtis is kind of a dick like that. A spiteful dick. Mm-hmm. Exactly, Jonathan. And you know what? The whole family gonna be like, "What the hell are you doing here? What are you doing here?" But I mean, what is? I mean, seriously, what's on the other hand? What's she gonna sit there and tell her kids when the kids are gonna be like, "Hey, listen, how come you didn't go visit Daddy in the hospital?" See, that's another thing, Eileen. I am glad you brought that out because there's supposed to be a funeral for Jimmy Carter. I think that's his name. I think it's supposed to be tomorrow. So if that's the case, I mean, you gotta sit there and just remember, Ryan. This stuff is supposed to be fun. What's good, Upper Doc? This is supposed to be fun, right? Yes. And if that's the case, General Hospital's not going to be on. Born and Beautiful's not going to be on. Um, well, yeah, it's she definitely going to sit there and get on Willow's ass. She definitely going to get on Willow's ass. Yeah, John. The only days is going to be on most likely. Domex says, I gotta admit, I miss the days when Souls had a music budget because I know GH would have played Let It Burn by Usher. Oh, oh my lord. Mm. But no, I'm just not there saying, Ryan. This stuff is supposed to be. Oh, God, my nose. It's supposed to be fun and entertainment. You know, it's not supposed to sit there and vex you to the point where it causes you any sort of extra mental stress. You know, that's how you get to a point from being a fan to being to being somewhat fanatical, and that's exactly what the soap community don't need. Oh, Donna, I think all the regular network soaps are premiere tomorrow for the president card. Yes. Johnson says, oh, we didn't start the. Yeah. Wink, the fact that they actually did that scene when Michael was burning, I think that was the writer's level of ultimate trolling right there. And I'm here for it. You know, and it's funny too, because I said that today when Ava just walked on in. Ava walked right on into Mara's place, and Kristen was like, "What happened? How did you get in?" And Ava was like, "She just walked on in." I'm like, y'all don't have budget for a staff." Hell, remember back um, when Nicholas had Alfred. Alfred was Nicholas budget was Nicholas Butler when they were doing the whole, oh, he's like Bruce Wayne in a sense. But guess what? He had a butler. Okay, had he just walked on in the Kiriakis' house, just walked on in, the door was just wide open. There's no staff whatsoever. Like it just blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. I'm like, you got Rafe just breaking on in. Rafe wouldn't have been able to break in if there was actual staff there. That just wouldn't have made any damn sense. Thank you, Wayne. The Quartermains had Alice. Here's the thing. Alice was not just a maid. She was a damn security guard at that point. Yeah, Jonathan. They're supposed to have Henderson. Samantha says, Albert, I also think that when everything is exposed about Drew&Nina, Willow will feel even more guilty, when Michael was buried. Yes. Yes, Samantha. She's going to be in her own personal hell. Exactly. Exactly. And because she was a damn security. Right. Let's put it this way. There was a point where Michael actually was assertive and he did have a backbone and he was ruthless. He was handling Sonny's meetings. He took Sonny's daughter. That's the Michael I want to see, not the passive aggressive version that just have women just walk all over him. So, you know, what are you gonna do, right? What are you going to do? Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Exactly. Like I want the Michael that outsmarted now. The Michael, yeah. Island says Michael took away Avery from Sunny and went to the five flaming men. Exactly. That's when Michael was a goddamn boss. We get this passive aggressive version. I heard about I wasn't even there for that. I didn't even watch that. I didn't even watch it back then. Like I took a break and I missed out on the best version of Michael. And instead I get this version of Michael. If he's treated like crap. So you want him to be one of the good guys, but stand up for himself. Yes, exactly. Lisa said they went wrong. They wrote Michael wrong that way to finish up the storyline for now. But yes, right. And I want him to sit there and stand up for himself. I've been sitting there saying that forever. You know? I stand by that. It says Albert that all changed once he got with Willow that watered him down and had him always saying sorry to Willow when he gets ruthless. Goddamn shame. What's good, Sierra? Exactly, Jonathan. I came late to the party. See what I'm saying, Jonathan? I came late to the party. Exactly, Sierra. Like I said, the episode was fire. Oh, Sierra. See, I love that scene. I love that hot, sexy, steamy scene. It was great. I loved it. I may watch it later on before I go to bed. Dominic says I missed the badass Michael that changed Avery's name to AJ Quartermain just to watch Sonny squirm. Yeah, exactly. Instead, we get this. I know, right? Yeah, it was hot. I mean, it was okay. It was hot, but it was also sexy. Was good, Gloria. Well, Jonathan, we're gonna have to agree to disagree. I loved it. But yes, I loved it though. It was great. It was great. I love that the writers knew exactly how to troll. Dominic says, "Or was burning up the scene." Domax, it was sizzling hot. Okay, that Domax, that scene was sizzling effing hot. So yeah, no, they're not killing Michael. Eh, nothing wrong with age gap. Dating Jonathan, they're both legally adults. You know, they're both legally adults. Lisa says I can see. Oh, okay. You know, Donna. They're not killing Michael off. Exactly, and it was again, Island. It was more of a level of trolling that I could respect enough for you to dislike Drew. I don't care. They're both adults. It's too rare for me. Well, exactly, Jonathan. That's why I said we can agree to disagree. They're both they're both legally adults. Um, I've been with older women before, and I don't think there's anything wrong with age gap dating as long as you're consenting adults. That's it. So like I said, we all have different tastes and everything like that. So I don't get how not being sorry for horrible quality, but screwing your nephew wife isn't enough to you dislike Drew. I mean, right? I don't really understand. Like, I have not sat there. That's not really the point, Albert. That's the point for me. But Ryan, I've never actually sat there and said that what Drew did was right. I've constantly said that Drew was wrong for doing that. But see, my whole thing is when I talk about Michael, you get this sense of tunnel vision where you're focused on the stuff that I'm saying that I don't like about Michael, but you're not listening to me sitting there saying other things about how, yeah, what Drew and Willow did was wrong. But it's not enough for you to dislike Drew. Nope. 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 Exactly, Sarah. And I'm constantly still stand by Drew. And Johnson says a man over 50 should not be dating a woman under 30. Why not? And seriously, why not? Is that because that's just your belief, or do you actually have something other than you just don't think is right? Um, like seriously, that's what I want to know. No, it doesn't, Ryan. It's a matter of perspective. See, it's not. That's the thing, right? It's not off if it's just my perspective. Everyone's perspectives is a little bit different, right? I mean, my perspective is not going to always match your perspective. It doesn't mean that it's anything less valid. Is that Donna says men do that all the time? Remember Anna Nicole Smith? Exactly. And it was a time period, Donna, that Anna Nicole Smith was. I mean, that chick was like the definition of hot. Mm, I get that to some extent, Jonathan, but I do feel like time is kind of relative. Sierra, I just recently, I barely know what gaslighting actually is. I barely know what that is. I mean, Sierra, why don't you sit there and tell me, you know? Well, like I said, Ryan, back in the day, there was a point Anna Nicole Smith was hot. Like, I'm talking about body karate. Exactly, Dolomix. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Wink says, with Holly Berry in her prime. Wink, Holly Berry looks good now. Okay, I don't know. Wait, I don't know. There's going to be a time period. There's going to be her hotness, her longevity for hotness is going to last for a very long time with Holly Berry and Nia Long. Don't forget about Nia Long. So exactly, Donna. So yeah, ain't no wrong with age gap dating. I mean, it's everyone's perspective. Wing says you said Anna was the definition while Holly Berry walked the earth. I mean, both of them are hot. It's possible to have more than one hot woman that walks the earth. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, not probably on Holly Berry's level, but I think she looks good. I can't remember that other one's name. Is there a particular reason why we're writing in all caps? That's true, Dolomitics. Oh, Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union. She's another one that's fire. About time, Jonathan. I miss old school Cyrus. I felt like it's been forever. Donna says Susan Sandra's next boyfriend after she dissed Tim was even younger than her. I'm not missing the point, Donna. I mean, we could just agree to disagree. I don't feel like there's ever a point to really get that worked up about a different level of perspectives when it comes towards, fictional characters. I don't know who Making Good is. I know it's kind of weird, but I don't know who Making Good is, Tom. Yes, I miss old school Cyrus. You know, I don't even really understand why they decided to sit there and turn him from a kingpin to. I definitely will, Island. I definitely will. I don't understand why they decided to sit there and turn him into the whole Bible thing going on. I feel like I don't though. I would have to look her up. Hey, listen, if Tim can get it, he can get somebody to look bad like her. I ain't mad at him. I am not mad at that man. That's not what I wanted. I am not mad at that man. Oh, she's okay. Yeah, okay, I'm looking at her. She's okay. Yeah, she alright. That's true, Wink. That is true. Donna says Cher has gone on record saying she prefers younger men. Exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with it with age gap dating as long as they are two consenting adults. As said, they really don't know to do with Cyrus and need to just let him be a villain. Yes, exactly. Okay, no, I agree. I agree with that. Well, I didn't sit there and say that though. Ryan said it's not about perspective. You're thinking that people are upset about the ages difference. I never said that. I never sat there and said that people are upset about their age difference. I know exactly the words that I said, and that's not what I said. I know exactly the reason why people are upset with um, Willow and Drew, and that's not what I said. So if you're gonna sit there and quote me, quote exactly what I said, or tell me when I actually say that. Thank you, Dominic. What's good, making good? Got a shrug. Traumatized. I mean, I've seen women that look better than her in real life. I've dated women that look better than her in real life. The woman that we were just like Nia Long looks better than her. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Well, first of all, let's be very clear about something, Ryan. I'm gonna talk about whatever I damn well please. That's number one. Number two, I was talking to Jonathan about that, so he brung it up. Sierra says, "Aubrey, you dated people that look better than Megan Good." Yes, I have. Yes, I have, Sierra. Yes, I have. But no, Sierra, no, I never actually said that. Jonathan brought up something, and he was not there talking about um, why he didn't like those two being together. That's what brought that on, Brian and Sierra. He didn't like the fact that their age difference was so much of a gap. And I said that the age thing is not really a problem because they're both consenting adults. I did not sit there and say that's why people didn't like them. So again, if you're going to quote me, understand what you're quoting. That was my whole pushback with that. Exactly. See, I never actually said that, but he asked me a question, so I answered him. This is the problem when people sit there and get in their emotions. They hear what they want to hear, and then they misinterpret something, and then they go off on that. I just found it disgusting that she practically dating her uncle. LA says, folks, I don't know why y'all frustrating Albert chasing women. He thinks Don is a 10. Don't, Kelly, you stop it. Well, I had to sit there and bring her down a couple of notches, Sierra. To be fair, I said that at one point, but I had to bring her down a couple of notches because I can't put her and Audra Charles in the same level. So, see, Sierra, see what happens when Cat Lady starts acting like Bad Kitty. Ugh, Cat Lady, what am I gonna do with you? Hmm. I think it's just important sometimes to listen to what I say and not get so emotional over the fact that whatever it is and misinterpret it. That's where I start kind of drawing some issues. Yeah, exactly. Don't exactly. Miss Kitty, he shrugged for making good. He shrugged. Queen of LA. Exactly, Jonathan, because she finally got to a point. She was like, I'm worth more than Ridge. It's not they're just using me to sit there and stroke his pathetic ego. But that's not what I wanted. Ugh. But yes. Yeah, but yes. Okay, I'm gonna need another drink. Hold on. Bad Kitty says yes, he lost his damn mind a long time ago. Making good is good. She's okay. It's not go crazy. As I said before, I've dated women that look better than Megan Good. Okay, so let's just get that straight. Wink says you like women built like Brooklyn. I mean, she is good looking, but like I said, Wink, I've dated. Have a good night, Ed. It was great to see you. Halle Berry looks better than Making Good. Nia Long looks better than Making Good. Gabrielle Union looks better than Making Good. Taraji PH or whatever the hell her name is look better than Making Good. Making Good is average. She's okay. What's good, Big Nate? General Hospital was good. Donna says, so what do you think of Daphne? Um, she's pretentious. She is conceited. And she's kind of annoying. That's true, right? Yes. Beyonce looks better than Making Good. Cat Lady says, now you sound like Nathaniel. No, no, I'm not. Oh, okay. But here's the thing, though, Cat Lady. Well, I guess we're both right about that then. But yes, that's right, Cat Lady. And that stream that never happened. But her tire sucks. Dominic says, I feel like I'm being punched in the face when you said Megan Good is. Listen. I'm just speaking from my perspective. Dominic, like she's okay, you know. God damn it, Cat Lady. I love her. Sarah said just Sarah says Albert just wants to cause chaos because there's no way deep down he likes Drew and Willow. Oh, Sierra, I love Drew and Willow. I think they are fire. I think they're passionate. I think they're hot. Okay. I think they're gonna be better than Luke and Laura. I don't remember what she looks like now, but Johnson says I remember watching Making Good on the '90s Nickelodeon show Cousin Skeeter. I don't know why. I don't remember Cousin Skeeter. And I watched a lot of Nickelodeon shit, but Ryan says Brock was saying last night that he doesn't think the black characters are being treated well by the writers. I mean, I don't see how they're not being treated good, but I mean, there's always a certain level of imbalance. I would sit there and say, Ryan, I would definitely sit there and say there's a certain level of imbalance, right? But that's across all four of the soaps. Donna says he went a little too far, but Luke and yeah, absolutely. Luke and Laura is going to be nothing like Drew and Willow. Drew and Willow is going to blow. Well, I mean, here's my thing, Donna. I already have issues with Luke and Laura. Oh no, Donna, no, yeah. I mean, no, no, Ryan, no, I agree with that. I agree with that, Ryan. I mean, yes. Ryan on GH. That's always been the case, Ryan. For as long as I watch soap operas, that's when hell, we can even go back to One Life to Live if we're going to be honest, Ryan. Right? You remember One Life to Live? Johnson says you can like Drew and Willow all you want, but they will never be the level of Luke and Laura. I think, first of all, I think that Luke and Laura is overrated. Okay, they began exactly. They begin in a very nasty ass way. If we're going to be honest, Dolmex, in a very unspeakable and unforgivable way. And honestly, tell you the truth, the fact of that woman was like, "Oh my God, I love Luke. He's so amazing. I want to love just as great as Luke." When we know what Luke did to Laura, and women can sit there and still say that they love Luke, and like what? Like that is absolutely insane to me. So it's not like they have a huge hurdle to sit there and kind of blow past Luke and Laura, because Luke and Laura were always, I admit, the beginning is problematic. So not only do I find Luke and Laura overrated, but like I mean, let's just be real for a hot minute. And they're a little bit more than growth metal. They did I don't say Gigi did the same to Sammy. Hmm. But yeah, like I said, I how we get to see Josh Grieve and Trina didn't. Yeah, as that, and I agree with that. I mean, yes, I agree with that, Sarah. I think it's just in general though. No, I respect your opinion, Ryan. Johnson says now the love story so fans enjoy was Bo and Hope on days. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Tracy. I'm just not there saying like, I'm here for the Willow, the Drillo, which by the way, I always found the um naming of two people combining was always just like fucking weird to me. Donna says what's really twisted is that the disco scene made. Yeah, I'm not even fully. I gotta read up on the dollar mix on that. I gotta read up on that because I don't know the whole thing and how it went down. So when Sammy does get back, unfortunately, everyone knows now. Um, you know, that's funny. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm here for the Drew and Willow stuff. I thought the scene was. I'm not gonna. Okay, let me not go that far. But Rise was the song playing during the scene, and it became a billboard. Hmm. But yes, I'm here for it. I mean, the only thing I would sit there and say that's really interesting about Luke and Laura is that people that don't even know about soaps know about Luke and Laura. Like if you was to put that on a Jeopardy question, I'm pretty sure most people would know about Luke and Laura. Even if they don't know about soap operas, they know about Luke and Laura. or he stares out of the way. If he keeps talking about him, we'll probably lose our minds. Well, I mean, I do tend to get under people's skin, and my middle name should be Petty Betty, but it is Maurice by extension. Um, Dominic says Lucas was trapped under a tree during a snowstorm and was fighting for his life. Sammy needed help to save Lucas. EJ showed up. EJ said he would let Lucas die unless. Wow. Oof. Damn, that's messed up. Damn. Yeah, that's what I'm sitting there saying. Like, people know about it. Just so that's true about Luke and Lauren. Oh, come on, Ryan. One of many of my skills is getting under people's skin. And I'm very good at it. That's why I'm a villain. It's one of the many reasons why I'm a villain. Dominic says Sammy had to have blank with EJ to exchange for Lucas' life. Sammy was crying about it, everything, and it was gross. Damn, that's foul. Oof. Yeah, that's bad. That's that's bad. That is bad. Francis, how can you say you dislike? How can you say you're a villain but dislike Nina? Oh, Ryan, I say all sorts of crazy shit. I say all sorts of crazy shit, Ryan. Here's the thing: there's times where I will make sense, and there's times to the average person I may not make sense, but I feel like I'm making sense. Yeah, no, I totally get that Dolomite X. I kind of makes you wonder though, Dolomite X. Sammy was still in a relationship with him though. That's another thing that's just like so bugged out to me though, right? Sammy was in a relationship with him. Sammy was sitting there battling Nicole over EJ, even after what he did. Well, I wouldn't sit there and say contradictory, right? I would just sit there and say my perspective is my perspective, and sometimes they go one way or they go the other. So, we're not going to go that far, but Ryan, I think we can both agree that, well, never mind. Johnson says, do you think Gwen will be a romantic conflict for Xander and Sarah when she returns, or could she end up with somebody else? I guess it depends on how long she's staying, though. But hmm, I think Xander's done with Gwen, which I always felt like that was a mistake. I always said that was a mistake. Well, Ryan, I was going to sit there and say I think we can both agree that I'm a dick, um, but also that I'm a villain too, but mostly a dick though. Donna says 80s and 90s soap operas were problematic when it came to essaying. Yeah, they didn't have the internet to sit there and contest with that. It's amazing how they got married children taken off the air twice. Twice. Yeah, he's done with Gwen, but I always felt like Gwen was the ride or die chick. Sarah is always the person that's like, no, Xander, you can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, Xander, you're being really bad. I don't like that, but I'm gonna marry you anyway. I'm gonna sit there and be in a relationship with you, even though I know exactly what kind of person you are. Like, but people liked them because they felt that they were cute and they had chemistry, whatever that means. So, they wrote with it, but like, it just never really made a lot of sense to me. I always felt like it was very contradictory. always felt off to me. I remember the nice things you said about Michael on Friday. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess we can call it shock value, Ryan. Like I said, I didn't know how to get under people's skin, but sometimes my opinions and my feelings do change, though. You know, one minute I felt like they were going too far with the whole burning scene. Today I felt totally different. I was like, no, it's fine. This is actually GH being GH. Oh, Tracy, Married and Children will always be that show. One of my favorite sitcoms in the 90s was Married with Children. I mean, yeah, they definitely went in a place where I don't think it would be acceptable today. I felt like there was some stuff that they probably went a little bit too far on or a little bit too extra on. But that's why I watched the show, though. I can go back and I can rewatch that show and appreciate it, even though that my values and opinions have changed. I can still appreciate it because they went there, you know? That's the same thing with the Boondocks. I could sit there and watch that show and appreciate it, even though my values and opinions is a lot different. I could sit there and look at some of the stuff they're saying and be like, "Whoa, that's definitely out of pocket." You know, they have marathons that I watch sometimes, and I can enjoy it, but still be like, "Yeah, that's it's kind of a lot," but I'm still here for it. Johnson says, "Love, married, children together." Well, what was the other show though, Jonathan? It was like Married Children. They called it Unhappily Ever After. You remember that show, right, Jonathan? Rand says, I guess in my mind, I don't understand how you dislike someone who you acknowledge is a good person. I don't know if it's because nice characters on soaps are boring, but it's a bit confusing. Mm-hmm. I would sit there and say I'm a very complex person, but I'm really not, though. I think I'm just a person that will have different opinions, different perspective that may sit there and challenge your own. And also, my opinions change depending on the situation and how I view it. Yep, that was another good show, Jonathan. I gotta look up that chick. Now. I can't. I gotta look up that chick. You know who I'm talking about too. I gotta look her up. Yeah, yeah. I gotta look her up. But you know the thing is, though, I'll tell you this much, Ryan. After about a couple of weeks, there we go, my man. In a couple of weeks to a month, that'd be irrelevant because he won't be on the show anymore. Michael will not be on the show, and yeah, that'll be that. Brian says, I do remember that. I do need to remember that you are a villain. So, of course, you're against the good guys in the situation. See, there you go. Hey, I'm glad you embraced that. Thank you. That makes me happy. Gina Case on General Hospital. Really? Okay. I gotta look her up. I gotta sit there and see what she's doing. But yes, in a couple of months, he won't be on the show. So, but I'm still going to be rooting for. I'm also going to be rooting for Anna and Jason. I don't know what the hell they're doing with that. Why they have not put those two together, I am not happy with that. Okay, they teased that. Okay, they had a. She's not acting anymore. Hmm. You know what? I'm kind of okay with that though, Jonathan, because not everyone can sit there and keep doing that forever. I mean, it's much more of a harder job than I think that people think. You know, and just because you're an actor does not mean that you're going to be rich. You know, it's a struggle. And when the thing you sit there and come on, you sit there and tell us, um, how difficult the job can be. Remembering lines and stuff like that, auditioning. I mean, it's not for everyone, and it's not always long term for everyone. Everyone sits there and think when you start acting. Yeah, exactly, Jonathan. Everyone sit there and think that once you start acting, you continue acting. And that's it. You remember the guy on the Cosby Show who got job shamed? His name was Alvin. I think that was his name. He's still struggling to this day. He's still struggling. Francis, I think his perspective will be felt for quite a while. President, so I think he will stay relevant while he's out of town. There will be a lot of fall off in the situation. Drew and Willow are not going to last. Well, I hope they're going to last. But I mean, the point is, Ryan, is that I probably won't have much to sit there and say about Michael. That's my point. So you're probably not. Well, you probably won't be as mad as every time I sit there and say something negative about Michael because, well, he won't be on the show. Well, who knows? With me, I'm pretty sure I would sit there and say something that gets under someone's skin. One of my many talents. Yes, damn, Jonathan. See, this is why I will always rock with Jonathan. See, and you know what, Ryan? That makes me smile. Makes me smile. Means I'm doing my job. Part of my job. So this is why sometimes I sleep like a baby. Yes. Wait, he still works at Trader Joe's? I thought he quit. Last interview I saw Tracy is that he quit Trader Joe's. He quit because once they job shamed him, he was worried that it was going to keep happening. So unless he went back to working at Trader Joe's, but it's a shame, Lisa. And here's the thing: I understand. It, See, sometimes I feel like Jonathan is just showing off, but he is very correct. He is very correct. I think it's a shame, and I understand that the actors can't be on there because of health issues. This is why I'm like, this is when you need the recast. This is exactly when you need the recast. Or Tracy said he went back to work. He went back there. Hmm. It's funny. I saw the same interview. I think that Johnson's talking about, but that's interesting. If he went back to work, I mean, he went back there. That's good. But just using him as an example. The chick Courtney Cox, she ain't acting anymore. It's not for everyone to, people that can do it can do it. This is the reason why I had such a bad reaction when Eric Braeden went after Eva Logorian. Um, because yes, she had a different experience. She had to sit there and work another job, and they can bring. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Lisa. And yeah, exactly, Donna. This is where they need to start recasting. This is exactly when they need to start recasting. And I know people can sit there and say, but they can't do that. They can't do that. That's a legacy character. The hell they can. They need to sit there and keep the story going. Ryan says, I would like to clarify that what I'm most opposed about regarding Trello is their lack of remorse. If they stay away from each other for a bit and let the dust settle, then maybe I'll be open. Okay, I respect your opinion. Yes, Lisa, and you grant that we're already seeing Carly go at him, right? We're seeing Carly go at him, and I'm kind of just like, I don't know, like it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, part of me just gets so annoyed with some of the women in Sonny's life who have dealt with Sonny, know who he is, and everything's all good in the hood until the bullets start flying, and then they're like, "Oh, Sonny, you're responsible for this. He was only there. He only got hurt because he was like, well, you could have." When he got here's the thing: when he got out the coma, you should have sat there and took Car. You should have sat there and took Michael, took him far away from Sonny. You should have did that. You didn't do that. You sent Morgan away to military school because Michael got shot in the head. Michael comes back. Oh no, it's totally fine. We're back together. You still was together with him after Morgan. Like, Donna said they did it for Mike Corbin recast. Yes. Well, yeah. Well, Jonathan, I thought it was like boarding military school. Was it boarding school or was it military school? Somebody said it was military school, and the reason why I said this it was military school because Sonny tried to use his influence and his money to get to see Morgan, and because it was a military school, they were playing that shit. So I could have swore it was like military school maybe, but I could be wrong. Okay, you know what, Jonathan, I'm gonna sit there and trust your. She isn't blameless. She's blaming people. Yeah, exactly. That's why I had very little sympathy for have very little sympathy for Sam. When Sam asked Carly to um ask Jason to step away from Danny, I was like, no, F you. When Carly was like, you had a baby, AJ needed to be there for this. Um Carly was like, you had a baby with him. You knew exactly what you were getting into. I don't give a shit about that young and dumb BS line. Yes, actually, I would. Ryan, just to answer your question, be honest, would you still be rooting for Drew and Willow if you didn't like them? Yes. Yes, I still would be. I think that they're hot and sexy. I'm not, see, Ryan, I'm not so diabolical where I'm only rooting for them because I don't like Michael. Because of his, yeah, no. I like Willow and Drew together. I think they're hot and they're sexy. Just like I like Anna and Jason together. And they need to get them back on board. Sarah says, now this I agree. We have to hold everyone, man and woman, accountable when it comes to their parenting and who they choose. Exactly. E- Exactly, Sierra. Johnson says, I know what this is about. You're doing this for Cameron Madison. Yes, me and Cameron Madison are buddies and everything like that, but you know, but she can't blame someone. Yeah, I mean, I get it where she's coming from, but Johnson says because you're going to be a contestant on Beat the Bride. Beat the Bride. Donna says Carly to Michael from AJ. Oh, took Michael from AJ and gave him the study, so she needs to deal with it. Exactly. Lisa says, why doesn't Alexis know about Sam's death yet? Oh, you mean why? That's a good question. on, Sierra. Why are you just not there out in my business like that? Me and Frank, we boys, okay? We cool. Sierra says, "Oh, 100% believe Frank took Albert and Cameron out for lunch." And well, Sierra, I can never pass up on some good Italian food. Okay. When Frank says he's Listen, Sierra, when Frank says he's buying Italian food, I'm in on damn near whatever he wants. And I say nearly. Justin says bride. Oh, bridge as in, oh, okay. Yeah, I ain't turning down no free food, especially if it's Italian. Listen, I love my pasta. Okay. I love my pasta. I love the Olive Garden. Okay. It's been too long since I've been to the Olive Garden. I was in New York City once a couple of months ago, and I went. I went to the Olive Garden, and I could have swore I finished that whole plate in under 5 minutes. Johnson says you want to win the prize money. Ryan says, what's scary? You're a very convincing liar. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or an insult. So the jury's still out on that one. Donna says Chad was on. Yes, yes. I want to sit there and watch part one of that, Donna. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, exactly. How was the podcast? I didn't say it. It's a damn good question. How was that podcast? Ugh, so hard to sit there and watch anything else afterwards, especially when we wake up like super late. I mean, hell, like I didn't get out of bed till like 11:30, which is really bad. I need to I need to do better. But yeah, it wasn't yeah, Donna, wasn't it like it was 28 minutes, right? Like a half an hour. It was like literally a few minutes less than a half an hour. Oh, you're right. Samantha says he was on Steve and Bradford a little while ago. After, yeah, and he was also on there too. Yeah, it's hard to tell when you mean sarcastic. Okay, all right, Ryan, I can agree with that. Okay. Yeah, see, I was a lot better than what you said before. I was like, the fuck? Like, am I supposed to sit there and take that as a insult or a compliment? Like, what am I looking at? Francis, are you a reality TV fan? I used to be. Um, I'm thinking about what I'm thinking about watching 90 Day Fiance. Right, now I'm thinking about watching 90 Day Fiance because that show is bugged out. And I used to actually know someone on 90 Day Fiance, but I haven't watched it in a while though, Ryan. Real Housewives. Yeah, I wanna watch that show, Sierra. Listen, Sierra, if I do start watching it, Sierra, I'm damn well gonna sit there and review it. Francis says we're gonna have enough soap operas on TV to soap net. We're going to have enough soaps on TV that soap net could return if they want to bring it back. I would love if they bring it back. Jonathan, they should bring it. You know what, Jonathan? They should do this. They should bring it back, and they should do exactly what they did, like they did on G4. Remember what they did on G4, Jonathan? They brung the network back, and then they added YouTubers. I mean, we call them social influencers, but they added YouTubers to that. They should bring SoapNet back, and they should bring on some soap opera content creators. And obviously, one of them has to be me. That's without question. Me, Kyrie's, Cat Lady, James, of course. Um, yeah, I think Lisa Renner was actually on one of them, Ryan. But yeah, no, I think yes, Lisa. They should bring it back and add some YouTubers on there. Well, Ryan, here's the thing. I would definitely be. I would be exactly what they would need, Ryan. Here's the thing. They need a good villain. Let's be honest, Ryan. You know, like reality TV shows, they need a good villain. Oh, nice. I didn't know that. That's actually interesting, Ryan. No, but seriously, they need a good villain. And who's a better villain than me? The answer is no one. Okay, no one is a better villain than me. Donna says they could bring back SoapNet and show old souls. Like, yes, exactly. Exactly. You know, put in Dallas too. I know people like Dallas and not well. Put in Dallas. Ryan says Kristen Demera. Really? Yeah, I know. Eileen Davis. She was Kristen Demera, and she's also now Ashley on The Young and Restless. Johnson says So Talk at 7 p.m., B&B at 7:30, GH at 8 o'clock, Days at 9, Y&R at 10, Beyond the Gates at 11. It's a good lineup. Ryan says, no, I'm saying that she a better villain than you. Oh, Ryan, see, this is me. That is not true, but I respect your opinion, though. Oh, I used to love those crossovers, Donna. I used to love those crossovers. I remember they did one with Susan Lucci and Maurice Bernard. Um, I think it was one when the elevator was broken, and Sonny started to have kind of a panic attack because of his claustrophobia. And yeah, listen, Jonathan, you know I'll be down for that. But Erica Kane had to sit there and kind of like calm him down a little bit. I remember that one specifically because I wasn't watching all my children at the time, but I did know exactly. Yeah, exactly, Jonathan and Donna. That was a great scene. I didn't know who, like, I heard of her and I've seen a couple of scenes, but don't be offended by me saying you're not as good as a villain. You should take it as a compliment. No, I appreciate that, Ryan. I appreciate that, but I mean, like I said, every world needs a villain, and when it comes to our soap opera content creators, Ryan, I'm a good villain. That's right, Donna. Wasn't he a guy named Nico, right? From what I heard, Nico. I appreciate that, Ryan. Nico Kelly. Okay. Thank you, Jonathan. Well, I don't want to sit there and try to. I hope that will make and a sunny return to days. Eventually, they're a great super couple. But yeah, no, I think I'm gonna end the stream on here because I don't want to sit there and try to oversleep like I did today because it was bad. So yes, I'm gonna sit there and end the stream here, but I do want to thank everyone for joining. I will be back tomorrow streaming same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And we'll talk about all the crazy stuff and hopefully they're showing soap operas tomorrow. I guess we'll have to wait and see um how the funeral goes and then we'll go from there. But I will sit there and keep people updated. So yes, have a good night, Donna. Have a good night, GH fan. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Johnson says, join us for another edition of Soap Chat with Albert Bostic. Thank you. We don't know, Ryan. If somebody sat there and said that, the funeral's gonna be on tomorrow, so I guess we all have to sit there and wait and see. Yes, have a good night, Samantha. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Queen Cat Lady. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Um, have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Blackmon. Um, make sure you hit the like button and share on the way out because it really does actually help. And yeah, hopefully everything will be good in the hood and we'll have some more fun tomorrow. Ryan says, "Good night. I will try not to take this so serious." I mean, here's the thing, Ryan. I have fun, right? So even if we go back and forth, it's fun to me. Soap opera is an escape. I love what I do, and I don't take things really that seriously. I mean, I do have my patience up to a point, but for the most part, it's all fun. Johnson says, "Good night, everyone." And hit the like button. Yes, hit that like button on the way out because it really does help. It recommends more people to my channel, and you know, we have a good time. Hell, we actually had Nathaniel Gray here stop in, aka that's the former mate. Well, he's not killed off, so technically I still Mason. It's rare, Brian. I only tend to get annoyed when people disrespect other people in the chat for difference of opinions. Because we can have fun, we could debate, but we're here to have a good time. So I always feel like if people have a good time, then I did my job. You know, we have fun, we go back and forth, people joke on me, and it's fun. I don't take this in a like somebody makes a joke of me, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe you said that. I'm like, okay, yeah. So that's part of it what makes it fun. Plus y'all actually really are kind of doing the heavy lifting. I'm just the host, so yep, that's right, Ryan. I will sit there and see you tomorrow, along with everyone else. Laters.